right, we're going to do what's called text mapping, and you're going to do this exact same article this week. What text mapping does is it gives you a visual as to what you're looking at in informational text. You don't use this with stories, you can, but that's way down the line. We're going to use this with informational text, nonfiction things. And what the article we're doing today is Wildfire. It's out of one of our National Geographics. And what's hard is you're reading those magazines and it's, it's 2, 4, 6 pages long and you're flipping back and forth and it's hard to remember what you've read. I'm going to show you a quicker way to find comprehension answers, to find main ideas and details. And you guys are going to work in partners to do these articles the same way. So, Miss Trotter's recording for me, so there's your peace sign. Come on over. Let me show you what to do. Okay, so we will have already pasted all this together, and you're taped it all together. Yours is going to be a little smaller. Take black, and with black, what you do, would you mind closing it? Because after school's about to come down. Thank you. What you're going to do is every time there's a picture, you're going to outline it in black. So here's one, and it doesn't have to be super neat. Here's one. I'm being careful with that so I can read. Here's one. Here's one. Black and black. Now I'm not paying attention to the border, and obviously that's a big one. I'm not going to do that either. Done with the black. Stay with me, but remember this. This is going to represent rocks. Now, take your blue, which reminds you of, what does blue remind us of?
Water.
Yes, there you go, water. Miss Trotter knew the answer. And you're going to outline the entire article, like every single bit of it that is blue. You're going to make it one humongous box. And you might overlap, and that's okay. This is not an art grade unless Miss Richardson wants it. I'm betting she won't. So, just so that you can read it and you can see what you're doing. So the entire thing is now blue. That's your text stream. It's a stream of water. And see how it flows. It goes from left to right, just like a river or a stream. And the black, they're the rocks that the text goes around and through. So when you start thinking about it like that, it's not quite so, here's a page, then here's a page, then here's a page. It's easier to see how it flows from one place to another. Now take your green, and if you get stuck, you can pause. You take your green, and if you think about it, what is this called? And this, and this, and this. These are called, and you should have nailed this a minute ago, section headings or section titles. And you're going to take your green and you're going to outline every section. I'm trying to be neat, but I'm also going quickly. You don't have to go this fast. All right. So here are my sections. Almost done. La la la. Last one. Last thing you're going to do is take yellow. Yellow is for highlighting words. Here's WordWise right here. This is going to be your bank in every single National Geographic article. You have WordWise. Climate change, ecosystem, and fire triangle. And notice all three of those are in a different kind of lettering. Not lettering, but they're bold. They're not in regular print. So when you go through, here's fire triangle. They make triangle, fire triangle. It's a little easier to point out and find these important words when they're bolded. And we've talked about that as well for years and years and years. And there's ecosystems. So now you've got 3 important words. You've got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different sections to look at. And if you're wondering why did I not outline this in green, it is a section, but it's more of an introduction to the entire article. So that it could have information and you might want to read it or outline it, but for this, just for now, for this recording, I'm not doing that. So now, very quickly, your headings: hot shots, fire triangle, battling the beast, help from the air, fierce fires, forest life returns, fire brings growth, and a part of nature. So what if you're reading and you've got everything mapped out, and I ask, or a question asks, what are the different ways to battle a fire? And you think, well, I know how, there are firemen on the ground with their fire trucks, but I wonder if there's a different way. Well, instead of reading the whole article, hot shots. Well, that doesn't really sound like anything. Fire triangle, battling the beast. That might help because battling fire, battling the beast, there might be information in there. Keep looking. Help from the air. Well, there's your bingo. Help from the air. You know it's going to be an airplane because what we already know. And the whole thing is about fighting wildfires. So if it says help from the air, chances are your answer is going to be in that section. What if there was a question that said, what good things can come from a forest fire? Well, again, all you got to do is look at your section headings. This is breaking it down. Hot shots, fire triangle, battling the beast, help from the air, fierce fires, forest life returns. Well, that sounds positive, but let's look at the next one. Fire brings growth. Well, there's something good that comes out of a fire. And you'd read it and figure it out. And also look at this. And I'm going to do it in yellow. We should probably come up with a different color for captions. But a new plant grows from the ashes of forest life. Don't forget your captions because that also helps. A plane uses a chemical called sky jello to douse a fire's flames. There's the help from the air question. So all you're doing right now, all we did was color it in such a way that you can find that information a lot quicker. You're not reading the entire passage 75 times. And remember, when you start looking at like SC Ready or big passages, visualize it in your mind. Look at a section and think, oh, that's supposed to be green. And this is the whole box that's supposed to be green. You know, circle it in your passages. You're always allowed to write on it. Circle your section headings so that you can go back quickly. And you're not reading everything and wasting so much time. Your reading is more efficient, and your answers come a lot easier, and it's not nearly as overwhelming. So that's text mapping. You're going to do it together this week with the wildfire article. And next week you're going to do one about sloths. So go back and look at it if you have any questions. And happy texting.
Have fun.
Not desk texting. Text mapping. Not desk texting.
Bye.
Bye.